For me, I go back to the word. I try to daily, not out of rote and routine, but just out of I need God. I need the presence of the Lord.
Coming live on your radio. What they want? That real and raw. How they get it? DJ Focus. What we doing? Making music, reaching the corner, and it's all for the kingdom. And we gon' make sure they know it. Ooh, 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 ooh. We gon' take it there. I like red letters over trap beats to fix it in. Ooh, DJ Focus, tell him turn you up. Ooh, DJ Focus, tell him turn you up. Ooh.
Yes, sir, family. DJ Focus. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for our spiritual detox. We thank y'all for tapping back in with us. And we got a treat for y'all today. When I tell you, we love the opportunity to sit and talk with some movers and shakers. I call them unsung heroes, the ones that, you might not know in gospel music, but you need to know. You might have been slipping on some of these worship songs that have been uplifting everybody's spirit. And I'm excited to have a combo with. Listen, she's a worship pastor. She might not receive it, but she's a worship pastor. She's an author. She's a talented artist. Listen, a gospel Billboard chart-topping artist. Let's be very clear on that. Number 1 and number 10 currently right now doing some powerful things for the kingdom. The one and only Nina Allen is joining us. What's going on, sis?
How you doing, DJ Focus?
I'm good.
Thanks for that wonderful intro. I love it. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So, let's catch some of the people up for maybe those who may not know who Nina Allen is. Walk us through a little bit of the journey, start with a little bit of the faith journey and kind of how God shapes you into who you are.
Yeah. Well, Nia, my name, Nia means purpose, right? And so honestly, at the end of the day, that is my heart's desire, is just to walk in purpose in all that I do. I grew up in a musical family. My grandfather was a pastor. So singing doesn't come foreign to me, but music was something that was always around me. It was something that was caught, you know what I'm saying? My parents never forced it on me, but it was something that, it was always around me. And so it was something I picked up along the way. But I love to sing. I love to inspire people. I love to encourage people. Grew up in a musical family from Columbus, Ohio. If any Buckeyes watching,
you better know. Yeah, you better know. Yeah.
My dad's a music educator. He's an educator. He was the one who encouraged me to go to Berklee College of Music. He was like, "Nia, I want you to further your education." So from Ohio, I went to Boston. I went to Berklee College of Music to further my education. I got a degree in music education. And I still have lifelong friends and relationships from Berklee College of Music. So education is really huge in my family, music, education. But yeah, I think, and even just continuing just to write and produce music, that came just from me growing up in a musical family and just my training from Berklee College of Music.
Well, listen, thank you for that. And I definitely got to just go back a little bit because, we're going to talk about this Ohio situation.
Okay.
I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. So,
Cleveland?
we ain't but 2 hours on that road. We hit that 71 in a minute and be right up there to y'all. Like, what's going on? So talk a little bit about the dynamic of just doing gospel music coming out of Columbus, Ohio. Like, I don't think a lot of people know that there's so many talented gospel singers, churches in Columbus, Ohio. Everybody, when they say Midwest, of course, they think of Detroit and everything that came out of Detroit. But talk about that magic that comes out of Columbus, Ohio a little bit more.
Yeah, even my dad, he's a prominent musician in Columbus, Ohio. His name Milton Ruffin. We co-wrote my song "Wait," the song that went to #1 on Billboard. Shout out to Louis Cortez Group, Cortez Harris, who helped us and who make that happen. Columbus, Ohio is full of so many talented musicians, artists. My dad is one of them. I actually partnered with my dad when writing the song "Wait." But yeah, Ohio is full of churches, gospel music. It was all around me. I don't know if you've heard of there was a group called Anointed. They came out of you never heard of Anointed? Yeah. Absolutely. They came out of Columbus, Ohio. So yeah, Columbus, Ohio is rich, full of so many talented singers, artists, and musicians. So I'm excited just to continue that legacy.
Why do the gift for gospel? Let's be very clear. I get, you say your granddad with PK, grew up in that. But you have such an angelic voice. I'm be honest with you. You could have sung R&B if you wanted to, or like that neo soul type feel. Why stick with the gospel roots instead of going and doing other genres of music?
Yeah, I think that's just a part of I don't know. That's just a part of my foundation and kind of what comes out when I write songs. It's usually that's what naturally comes out. I had a chance to do R&B and jazz when I was in school. I did the jazz ensembles, we did R&B ensembles, and I love and appreciate all styles and genres of music. But I think gospel music at the end of the day is just what my core is and my foundation, and that's what comes out when I write. It's just my love and heart for God. So I think that's just what naturally comes out. But I love all styles of music. But gospel is just a part of my calling and my purpose. I'm here to inspire and encourage other people. And it's my life and my testimony. And so it's my desire to share that with other people, share it with the world.
Yeah, that's good. And I brought that up because I was listening to your deluxe project,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
of course, I was listening to a lot of the live recordings that you did on your deluxe project, and I'm
Yeah.
like, her voice is so good. Like it could be. I'm be honest with you. Like you could be in doing like these unplugged type situations in some of these clubs and stuff, and
Yeah.
still like give people that essence, that feel that could have
Yeah.
went a long way. So that's why I asked that, because I'm like, I know somebody and probably try to offer her a contract on the other side. See if she gonna talk about it for a second, because you have a great voice, and that's just being honest. So yes.
Appreciate that.
So okay, walk us through this career in music though now. So okay, I
Yeah.
get it. You growing up, singing in the choir, doing, ministry leader, doing all the things in ministry. But when did you know that you really wanted to do it professionally and nothing else?
I would say after school, after going to college, being around so many talented people, and just seeing that this is a way that I can actually earn a living, that I can do this professionally. I was like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. And so after college, I moved back home for a couple of years, and then I moved to Nashville, Tennessee. And Nashville was really my entry point into the Christian music industry. I got a chance to do it. I recorded a project with my dad at home in Ohio, where I recorded original songs. But then when I moved to Nashville, I was able just to partner with different, gospel industry legends, Nicole C. Mullen, CeCe Winans. That's where I was able to connect with CeCe. I had a chance to do background for her. And travel the world with her and learn a lot. And I think I just have an interesting journey as far as doing background with those people, with those legends. It's like you learn a lot, you're able to serve, and you learn a lot while you're traveling behind other people. And I really feel like that time of serving behind someone as a CC, it was just preparation for my own ministry as well. So I would say Nashville was my entry point into the Christian music industry, and just like, you know what, I'm able to do this full time. I can serve behind other artists, and then I can also do it for myself.
Wow. Talk a little bit about some of the challenges, the ups and downs of being an artist. Because, again, you're doing it at a high level now, on the charts, Billboard charts. But, walk us through some of the bad times, and maybe did you ever question,
Yeah.
did you still want to continue to stay with this, or struggles of maybe doing collaborations with artists? Has that ever been an issue for you?
Yeah, I think you just have to, yes, to answer your question, there's always challenges. I think there's days where you're just like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. You know what I'm saying? But I think at the end of the day, if this is what you know you're called to do, you kind of press your way through. But I'm a human being just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? There's struggles, there's good days, there's bad days, there's times where I'm like, I want to give up. There's I deal with issues as worry, anxiety, fear, you know what I'm saying? And I find myself as a human being, even though I'm a believer, I have to find myself just trying to press past those things. You know what I'm saying? And I believe it's my faith that helps me to press past those difficulties. But yeah, to answer your question, it's not easy being in the spotlight and always being up front, I think you put an expectation. I'll speak for Nia. Sometimes I put an expectation on myself or what I think others um, want me to be, so I need to oftentimes find myself having to take that pressure off of myself and just be, and just be free. But it's not for the faint heart. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. Sometimes there's sleepless nights. Sometimes there's early wake up calls. You're tired. So you have to have balance. You have to take time for yourself, to self care. You know what I'm saying? But it's not easy. But I think what keeps me going is just my faith, and just knowing that at the end of the day, this is what I know I'm supposed to do, and so that keeps me going from day to day.
That's good. You talked about self-care. We talk about mental health all the time on the show. What are some practical things that you do that work for you to just kind of keep your mind clear, your nerves okay, and just
Yeah.
steady in life or dealing with everything you deal with?
Yeah, rest. Because sometimes we don't
Okay.
taking time to just have a rest day. I believe in massages, going to the get a nice massage and just take a day for myself to just decompress. I believe in the power of music. I love worship music. Sometimes that when I'm putting on worship music, it helps to calm me down, calm that anxiety. But just really taking stillness and meditating, I take time to do that. Is just having some quiet time where it's just me being quiet and just having the music play. But you need those times to just steal away and just cut out all the noise and just take care of yourself. Even therapy, if I can be honest, when I was in school, I had to go to a therapist. There's nothing wrong with therapy. I will tell anyone to go to a therapist. I mean, it helped me deal with some of my own issues. I think it's necessary. I feel like it's a stigma within the Black community, African American community, but therapy has saved my life. It really saved my life, having to deal with different issues that I was going through. So I'm an advocate of therapy and talking with somebody and helping you just navigate those different things. Sometimes you don't know, we don't have the language. And so a therapist helped me to put language and put language to the things that I was going through. So therapy is one of them.
Listen, we all about therapy here. Shouts out to you. We talk about mental health all the time. So you just sharing, yeah, therapy is real, therapy is needed. And yes, we need to break down that stigma for, us specifically in our Black culture. We need to go get the help we need. It's okay to, go talk to somebody or listen, shouts out for anybody who, might need some medication. It's okay. I promise you, if that's what you need, do what you need to be well. We talk about spiritual wholeness, but we also need to talk about mental wholeness. So thank you for sharing that. Now, I want to go into that spiritual wholeness a little bit. I talked about the mental health, but you said something very key I had to go right back to. Talk about the importance of understanding how to receive from God when you talk about how the specific way you sing and worship to God. Because it's almost like, when I hear your songs, it's like it's not only for the people, but it's also for you. So speak to that worship aspect and how that shapes you and your spiritual walk.
No, I love that you said that. A lot of I have a new album that's about to come out, but even when you listen to the Every Nation Deluxe, a lot of those songs that I've co-written, I was just talking about this the other day. A lot of those songs that I'm writing, it's based off of things that I've had to experience myself. So as I'm ministering to other people, it's like God has spoken to me about those certain things, right? When my song Wait, that's something I've had to live out, right? And so yes, before I can minister to anybody else, those songs, I feel like how God uses those songs, he uses those songs to minister to me. And then I'm able to effectively minister it to other people. But I try to for me, I go back to the word. I try to daily, not out of rote and routine, but just out of, I need God. I need the presence of the Lord. And how I experience that is just my quiet time in the morning. Sometimes I can't, if it's so busy, I can't make that time in the morning, but sometime throughout the day where I just take some time to be still, get out my Bible. I believe in truth. I believe the Bible is the word of God, and so taking that time, a lot of my songs are rooted in scripture, and so I believe in the power of prayer. I believe in the power of scripture. I believe in the power of worship. And for me, that is what keeps me sane, what keeps me whole, and what keeps me rooted and grounded. That is what calms my fear. If I read a scripture about, I don't have to be afraid. Why? Because God is with me, and so that's the word. And so I have to speak the word over my life, but that's where I receive my spiritual wholeness and just spiritual strength is by taking that time to worship, to pray, and to spend time in the presence of God.
That's good. Let's talk about the church a little bit before we talk about this new music.
Okay.
Because you saying a lot of great things, so I want to get your perspective.
Okay.
We understand. We're 4 years past the pandemic. We know we're pretty much out of that. But do
Yeah.
you think that because it shifted and it had to shift? Let's be very clear.
Yeah.
Church, like we knew it pre-pandemic, is not what we are experiencing now. Do you think the church itself, when you talk about how the community is built, how
Mm.
church service is done, do you think, everything is still the same? Have we made an upgrade or have we downgraded? Some would argue that church has become more entertainment driven, more than Bible or word driven. What's your thoughts on that?
Wow, that's a very interesting question. I think, man, I'll just say this. Since I'll answer it in two parts. Since the pandemic, I do believe that it showed us that we can experience God, this virtual space, right? This digital space. And so I had some of the most powerful times of worship in my bedroom, because when everything was closed down, and I could have that time of worship watching a pastor, online. And so my point is, I feel like after the pandemic, things shifted, and it gave us an opportunity to spread the word and spread the gospel through this digital space, right? Everybody, we had to jump on board whether we knew how to do it or not. And so I think that was the positive. I think in this next season, I think what it revealed is that, yes, I believe in the power of community and people coming together. There's something that happens when we all come together that you can't get by yourself, right? And so I know the power of the collective body of Christ coming together to worship, right? There's something that powerful that happens there. But I think it's both and. There's power in that. And then there's also, it showed us that we can experience God if we have a couple people come and sit around the table and have coffee and open up a scripture, and and we can experience God right there. So to be honest, I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble, but I just feel like church as usual, it has shifted, and I feel like God is doing something new, and he's showing us that it doesn't have to be how it's been for years, and that something new is happening. And he's like, I can meet you right here in that hotel room. I can meet you right here sitting around a coffee table, that I'm so much bigger than this structure. But where two or three are gathered, God is in the midst, and so I feel like that was the positive that came after COVID. It's just like, God is like, I can meet you. We don't have to limit ourselves to what church has been as before. Is there an entertainment piece? I think it just depends on who you talk to or what church you go to. I think there are some churches where there's an aspect of entertainment. There are skilled preachers that know what to say. They know what to do. They know how to get your hands raised. They know how to get you to shout, But then I also do believe there are churches and preachers who are just sticking to the basics. They're going back to the word, So I don't want to, yeah. So I think it's both and. But I think
Okay.
God is doing something new, though. After the COVID, things shifted, and God showed us that it's so much bigger than just what it's been. Church is normal, but he's doing something new, and he's able to meet us right where we are,
All right. Well, come on. Let's talk about Sunshine.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. This thing is a whole vibe. Come on. Let's talk about this track.
Thank you. No, and it's new.
No. How do we create this? So walk us back through. How do we create this?
Yeah.
Talk about this special collaboration on it, because I'm excited about that too as well.
Absolutely. I had a chance to collaborate with my brother, Jordan Armstrong. He did the track, and he had the verse, and talking with management, they were like, yo, you should write, to the second verse. And so I wrote the second verse. So we were able to co-write the song together, but it was produced by Jordan Armstrong. It was my first time working with him. He's amazing producer and artist in his own right. And so this is new for me. As you can tell, my other stuff, Every Nation Wait, is more praise and worship. And so Sunshine, this was like kind of me stretching out and showing the world that, there's a different aspect of Nia Allen, right? She doesn't just do praise and worship, but she can also do a more urban, inspirational type track. And so that was the goal of this. It was just a fun, lighthearted song. We want to encourage people both in and outside of the church. There will be people that'll never walk into the church building. So this song, Sunshine, is for the listeners. It's for those people who may never walk inside the doors, but hopefully they hear it on the radio and it brings joy to their life. It makes them smile. That's what we've heard, in the comments, as people hear, they're like, this song just makes me smile, gives me joy. And so Lord knows that we need joy in the midst of all that's going on right now, and just hope. And so that's the heart of the music. And so that's how it all came together.
Are we staying in this same pocket? I heard you say you're working on a project. It's coming out this year. Are we gonna hear more of this? Is this like something more we gonna hear of you?
I don't know. Well, I have new music coming out. It is more on the praise and worship vibe, but it's studio, and so it's a mixture. I think this next album is 10 tracks. It'll be a mixture of praise and worship, kind of a neo soul vibe, but it was all studio. It's all in the studio, so I'm super excited about it. I think it's going to show you the totality of who Nia Allen is as an artist. But prayerfully, I can't give a date yet, but hopefully by the end of this year or top of next year. But yeah, it's coming soon, so look out for it. It's called Hope is Rising. The theme of it is hope and healing, and so that's the heart of this song, Sunshine, and the heart of the music that's to come.
Were there any challenges making Sunshine? Like, did you feel yourself being stretched at all? Like,
Absolutely.
Talk about that.
Absolutely. And if I could be honest, this is an exclusive. We had to Yeah, I struggled because it was new for me, right? Even just the stylistic style of it and the vibe. It
Uh-huh.
took me a minute to kind of catch it. If I could, yeah, it was a struggle. We had to. It took the recording process. We recorded it a couple times, if I can be honest. But I think once we laid in the pocket and once we got it, it was like, okay, we got something special. But no, it was a stretch for me, and so I had to kind of step outside of my comfort zone and just trust the process, trust the people who are on my team, and just yeah, and lean into that. But yeah, it was it was a struggle at first, but I think once we got it, yeah, once we realized that we had something special.
We got a video coming. We got a video coming. Huh?
We're actually
Huh?
I'm actually in
Huh?
Atlanta right now. We were on set yesterday, so like yes, look out for that. We were shooting all day yesterday, and super excited. I think you guys are gonna be happy with what. It's a fun video. I'm super excited. I'm
Right.
grateful. Shout out to Cortez Harris, Louis Cortez Group Management, all things Nia Allen Music. They helped us to put the video together, and so it's gonna be amazing. We went through a lot of moving parts. We have dancers. I think you're gonna see a different side, but it's just a fun, laid back, feel good song. So, and the video I think is gonna portray that. So I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys to see. So look out for the video. It's coming soon.
Well, I appreciate you, Nina, not standing in the box and being an artist, a complete artist. This is what an artist is supposed to do. Sometimes you get stretched, but I'm excited because, again, I rock with this Sunshine track. So I
Thank
just really feel
you.
like whenever you ready, you probably could do a small little EP of just that neo soul Christian R&B type deal, and it
Yeah.
still would reach. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Again, you have that live feel voice that, like I say, it's that neo soul. It's that Jill Scott meets, you know what I'm saying? It's that type of vibe, and we need more of that in our space. I'm just being
Yeah.
honest. Not
Yeah.
to say don't do your praise and worship, but
Yeah.
I think we need more music that is not only inspirational in our space, but
Yeah.
also sonically has a good vibe to it.
Yeah.
Something when we riding down the street, everybody don't want to play praise and worship music every single day. And it's
Yeah.
nothing against that, but it's
Right.
like, no, why can't we have some music that we can have soundtrack that still inspires us? It ain't telling us to go do nothing wrong, and it still got a
Absolutely.
vibe, and you could turn it up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And people will be asking, who is that? Who is that? Yeah.
Right.
So I'm always encouraging more singers to
Yeah.
please push yourself. Gospel singers, come on out that box, use that voice that God can give you. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's okay to show a little soul to yourself. Yeah, you're all right.
Mhm.
Our culture, you know what I'm saying? We live, you know what I'm saying? We got a little flavor to ourselves.
Right.
Yeah. What's next? What's next, Nia? What's next?
I think after Sunshine, we're releasing the video and then the new project. It's 10 songs. So look out for the 10 songs that are coming. I'm super excited about that. So we have a lot of new music. Got a chance to collaborate with some different artists. Major, my friend Major. Are you familiar with
Okay.
Major? R&B?
Yeah, we know
Yeah.
Major. Oh yeah.
We did a song together, Just You Wait. It's up tempo, gospel Americana feel song. Joanne Rosario, we did a Spanish version of my song Wait. And so I'm actually singing in Spanish. And so look out for the new project. That's the biggest thing that's coming. After Sunshine, the video, and then the new music. We got a lot of new music coming. So stay tuned and stay connected with me on social media. I would love to do that. I do Worship Wednesdays. I do encouraging words, times of inspiration. So I would love to stay connected with your audience, you and your audience on social media. So let's stay connected. Nia Allen Music, all things Nia Allen Music.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Any performances? Are you doing any tours or opening up for anybody?
Well, I think we're in the process of working on that right now. So to be continue. Yeah. But I would love that. Obviously, would be a goal and a desire. So I think we're in the process of trying to see what that looks like to get them to help get the music out there. So yeah.
How many any new books? Any new books?
I'm actually, because Hope is Rising, I'm actually working on a journal, a hope journal, and just to go along with the Hope is Rising album, I want to have a resource to go along with that. Right now, I currently have a worship devotional that's available on my website, Nia Allen Music. If people are interested in just kind of deepening their faith walk and just learning about worship, but that's available on my website right now, niaallenmusic.com. But right now I am working on a journal, a hope-filled journal with different quotes and scriptures that are all about hope and bringing people hope, bringing hope to the world. So look out for that as well.
I appreciate you coming by, sis. Come on and shout your platforms out one more time on your social media handles, and as well as please introduce this Sunshine track.
Yes. Well, I thank you so much for having me, first of all. And I would love to stay connected with you all platforms, Nia Allen Music, NIAALLEN Music on TikTok. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, all platforms, YouTube, Nia Allen Music. So I would love to stay connected with you all so I can, we can be connected, look to receive inspiration and encouragement whenever you come to my page. And next, you're going to be listening to my new single, Sunshine. Thank y'all so much for your support.
Keep it locked. You tune into the Fixx. You know the Fixx is in.